once you introduce me the first time.
What's up, guys? We are live again with another episode here on Know Your Worth TV. Actually, a very special episode. This is actually episode number 40. I was supposed to have like number 40 like yesterday and I think the day before. But things happen, life happens. So Big Brian is here for the
Or
episode number 40. So you would definitely cherish this. So excited for you to be here.
thank you,
Just to be able
Efrain.
to
Thank you.
share, yeah, absolutely, man. Just for you to be able to share what it is that you do, what makes you're not a nominee. For those that are actually watching looking for another nominee, this is not another nominee. This is actually a performer that will be at the second annual Spotlight Award. So I'm so excited to figure out what is it that he has in plan for the show. So Big Brian, how are you doing today?
I am great, Efrain. Thank you very much. I'm very excited to be a part of this project. I think it's very dope what Evelyn
Yeah.
and company have going on in the terms of, spotlighting entrepreneurs and local influencers and people who are, putting their best foot forward to make the community whole and make it, you know, a running ship, something that
Yeah.
we could all lean on each other and really just grow. So I
Yeah.
think
Never
that's
know
awesome to
what
be performing for an award that's spotlighting that.
creators, yeah, creatives at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
exactly.
Not knowing where an opportunity could really take you when you're in a room full of creatives. Because at the end of the day, this has been put together for collaboration to show others creativity skills. And you just don't know. You don't know what happens when you show up. So, guys, if you guys have not purchased your tickets, you want to just show up. ContentCreatorsEXP.com. There's events actually running from June the 24th through the 28th. So you heard that right. 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, and 28th. They're
And
having events that are leading to the actual award show, some virtual, some in person. So you want to go to the website, ContentCreatorsEXP.com, or go to their social media, Content Creators EXP, to find out what is really going on that whole week. But we do know that Big Brian will be performing. And are you performing by yourself? Are you performing with a group? How's that going, like looking like for you?
all right, so Evelyn tapped me for choreography to put on a show at the Spotlight Awards for Content Creators EXP, and so I decided instead of just choreographing a piece that just highlights me and just picking some dancers, I'm currently a part of a crew, a dance crew. I'm actually here at the dance studio, Unique
Beautiful.
Stars Studio, yeah. And so we have a dance crew. We actually just recently auditioned to have people come on, and one of the main things, of course, that you audition to be a part of a crew for is to perform. So I figured this is my family, so obviously let's get the whole crew on board and put on. Currently, we're working on a concept video which spotlights Miami. We're
Yeah.
hitting different parts of Miami that are very like well known, South Beach, uh, Bayside, Wynwood, things like that. So since the current project we're working on is kind of spotlighting Miami and where we call home and all those sounds that are super Miami,
Mhm.
Trina, Pitbull, etc. We figured this is spotlighting people in the community who are influencers, who are creators here. So let's bring that Miami flavor to the stage as a crew. And I'm very happy to be taking the lead with that. And yes, I'm super excited about that. We're gonna
Beautiful,
bring
man. And
Miami to the stage June
yeah,
twenty
yeah,
eighth
yeah. I'm
and be
excited.
there.
I'm excited to see what you guys got going on. This is definitely going to be a dope piece, especially that you're bringing all of home and letting everybody know that. And a lot of them are from Miami, so they get to really see a piece of home as you're performing. So pretty dope.
Exactly.
And are you a dancer and are you choreographing the whole thing, or how's that looking like?
So I will be performing. The original idea would have been for me to just choreograph an entire piece myself and then let it be that. But as I said, I'm bringing on the squad. I'm bringing on the team, and while I am gonna make sure I oversee the the final result of it, as that's Evelyn put, she trusted me with that. So I'm
Yeah.
gonna make sure to go ahead and delegate that and make that happen with the Unique Stars Nova crew. That's what we're calling the Nova crew.
Okay.
But I am tapping into just not only my dancer fam, but also my choreography fam. We have other choreographers here that are part of Unique that are going to be part of the team to make it happen. Um, like I said, yeah, I'm definitely going to have a hand in making sure the final piece is what it is. And
Yeah. Because your
but
name's on it, so you got to make sure that it look
right,
good.
exactly, that's exactly right. But
Everybody know it's Big
teamwork makes the
Brian.
dream work. So I'm tapping into
Absolutely.
all of the whole family, all the dancers and the choreographers. But I am you could say the main choreographer for this event specifically. I'm gonna make sure the deliverables are what they need to be and things like that.
Beautiful. And are you actually just a dancer, or do you actually choreograph as well?
No, I choreograph. I'm a choreographer. Yes, I
Okay.
definitely choreograph. I'm actually currently teaching at Unique Stars Studio. My current day is Thursday at 7 o'clock. That's getting ready to change very soon. You
Okay.
will be able to catch me Mondays very soon. If you follow me, you should be able to see my social media. Right? They
Let's
should see it.
pull it up. Let's pull it up. It's not there now, but we'll pull it up right here for you. Hold on. Hold
We'll pull
on.
it up
You'll
soon.
see it right there. Right there. You'll see it now.
Ah, the magic. Okay, so if you go ahead and follow me and just
There you
stay
go.
tuned, you're going to be able to take a dance class with me soon. And I'm very excited to say, actually, this will be the first time I go ahead and say it, but we're going to make a beginner's class happen. And usually, I've been really trying to get the industry dancers here, the advanced ones, really get some of that good, like seasoned flavor on the dance floor, especially to promote the dance class. You see what I'm saying? But it's
Mhm.
important to get the beginners in here too. People who are just trying to build their confidence, people who are just trying to make sure they go groove, and people who are have yet to understand music the way a professional dancer does. Sometimes it's just about opening your ear to the sounds and then understanding and trusting your body to move to those sounds. So I'm
Okay.
excited to
Okay.
work with
Okay.
the beginners very soon. So look out for that info. Yes.
And
But
what
yeah,
type? Are you
you, I
doing
will
hip
try.
hop? Yeah. What do you what
So
can they learn?
I call it commercial choreography. It is a fusion of the different styles that I've learned along my career, which has been mostly definitely some street training, street styles such as jazz funk and hip hop. But I have taken actual professional class and training, such as some contemporary, of course, hip hop, jazz funk, and yeah, so it's a fusion of all those things. Some reggaeton. You're gonna always catch me doing a reggaeton piece here and there. I gotta throw some flavor to it. I'm Colombian,
Okay.
personally,
Okay.
so the Latin flavor is gonna be in there no matter what. I mean, I grew up
Absolutely.
watching my mother dance salsa like forever, and that's the music we listened to, my sister and I growing up, because that's what she would put on in the house. So
Yeah.
that was what really opened my ear to music. I visited music first before I started choreographing. I went to school for music. I did the whole creative production process and that whole degree. So first is music. I think I'm able to dance the way I do because I hear music a certain way. All that musicality, it comes easy to me. So music was first for sure.
So music is life. Since a young kid, that's just been what you
Yeah,
love, what you do.
yeah, absolutely. Music and performance for sure. I love the spotlight on me. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do like having the spotlight. I have acted before. I have booked some jobs where they're commercials and I'm not dancing at all or doing any music. I'm just speaking into the camera as an actor, and I love that too. I just love entertaining in general and being in front of the camera. But as time goes by, and especially the closer I've gotten with the family here at Unique Stars, I see that everybody's journey is different, and the one thing we do have in common is music and expression. And so I've tapped a lot more lately, especially in the past 2 years, to the dance community. Even though I have like a music community, and you know what I'm saying, just the entertainment in general community, which can get broad. There's producers, there's engineers, and even in dance, there's the dancers, choreographers, but also videographers. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Photographers, all those content creators, those the people who work on set. Um, but the one thing that has always been the same throughout all of my memory, ever since elementary school and before that, has been music and dance. Definitely, I've always been moving. I used to entertain my family in the living room at parties in my house when I was younger. I would put the chair, put on the Britney Spears song, do the whole routine from the video. You see what I'm
Love it.
saying? So yeah.
I was gonna ask. I was gonna ask when did dancing start, but you just told me this been started. I've
Yeah.
been dancing my
Oh,
whole life.
yes. Yes. For as long as I can remember, I used to have a passion for trying to make ideas come to life. Like I would tell my friends in middle school. Mind you, I told you I started since like elementary school, but I remember specifically in middle school at lunchtime, I told my friends, I'm like, okay, for the talent show coming up, no, the pep rally, for the pep rally coming up, we should let the principal let us do like a performance, and we should do this, what did I say, like a Christina Aguilera song, and you're gonna be Christina, and then you're gonna be the rapper. It was Redman. I was gonna redo Dirty or whatever. Like I had no business redoing the song Dirty in middle school,
Yeah.
but this is literally what was going through my mind, was literally
Yeah.
just creative direction. I didn't know it back then, but I was literally doing creative direction in my mind, and that was my vision, and I had a vision, and it could actually come to life. And nowadays that's what I'm doing. I'm getting the creative community here on the dance floor. We're making some, some magical movement happen, and we're turning it into art.
And when did you take, I guess, dancing to the level of this is what I want to do as a profession?
So that started, the idea was planted when I joined the dance team in high school. And one of our gigs was opening up for a local concert for a radio station. You know how the radio stations will do something along the lines of like Jingle Ball or a thing like that, where it's
Yep.
several artists
Mhm.
for one big show?
Yep.
We got to open up for that show. And back then, the artists were Chris Brown, Lil Wayne, Pitbull, T Pain, and several others. There was definitely a few others.
A
But we
huge
were
lineup.
yeah, it was huge. Right, it was humongous, and we were backstage the whole time chilling with these people. Like we were literally just like this close to like T Pain and Lil Wayne and Ray J and Pitbull and Chris Brown. Like Chris Brown actually enjoyed our time backstage. Like we hung out. He was young back then too. Like I said, I was in high school. Um, and he remembered us. We booked another gig like 2 weeks later in Orlando for a football. It was the
Hmm.
Florida Classic, and he was a performer for the Florida Classic. And he remembered us, and that really stuck with me. Like, you can make such a great impression as an entertainer, not even the big name, but the big
Yeah.
name person or guy or girl will remember you and remember that energy. And I loved it. I loved being backstage. We got to eat for free. We were hanging out with the stars. I got to have that adrenaline rush of being on stage in a huge stage with at a huge venue.
Wow.
And the idea was planted from then that I really want to do this professionally, but I actually began doing it professionally because my first job was at 15 years old at the YMCA, and as a dance instructor. So I would have to choreograph anyways and teach it to the youth. So I would work with kids from ages 5 to 16, and that started June of 2005, and that was actually my
Wow.
longest standing job, is a dance instructor with the YMCA. So I
You got some
actually did
years.
doing it professionally since 15. Yeah.
You're almost hitting 20 years then, that means at this point. Almost 20-year
Yeah, almost.
anniversary.
Yeah, right. I did. It's been a few years now, like about 4 or 5 years that I haven't been with the Y, but in that time, I still have taught a youth group. Um, but from there, actually, what happened 6 years after in 2011, I moved to Miami from Tampa, and within a month of being in Miami, I booked my first industry job, and that was on the set of a music video for Trina.
Okay.
And that officially was the moment I was like, okay, no, I really want to be in the mix. I love being on camera. I love the rush of doing it. And I love the downtime. I got to meet so many cool dancers backstage at that job that I wanted to book more. And I did. Like I told you, I moved on and I even did some acting with some of the castings I booked. So,
So
yeah,
what do you prefer? Do you prefer to go choreograph a set, or do you prefer to just dance in a set? Which one do you enjoy more?
I should have been prepared for that answer. I mean, that question, I should have known that was coming. I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing is, I like having some control. Like I do, I am opinionated. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So even when I am just a dancer, you might catch me in a moment where I'm like, we could do this, or like, hey, why don't we try this? And even I just recently performed as just a dancer, not a choreographer. And in practice, there was a suggestion I gave, and we held on to that suggestion, and it actually made the stage. So
Okay.
to answer your question, even if I'm just a dancer, I'm gonna have an opinion. So it's probably better I'm a choreographer, or at least some sort of assistant choreographer, or helping out in one way or another, delegating. Definitely, I like being in charge of the dancers. It's nice to see that vision come to life from like your head to the stage or to the camera or to, you know what I mean.
Absolutely. So
So
what
probably
what was
choreography.
your
The
what was your
choreography.
favorite I guess session that you were able to choreograph?
I think my favorite thing that I was able to choreograph was recently, actually. So last year, I choreographed a concept video for myself actually, and the idea was to bring the dancers together and get like a really nice professional vision together to be able to shop that to the people working in the industry now. The thing is, I currently do still work in radio, but for the long time, I like really dove into radio only. Um, I think maybe you may have already interviewed her or will interview her. Stitches, are you familiar with?
Yesterday.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
or 2 days
interviewed.
ago. Yeah.
That was my coworker. As a matter of fact, when I first got into the radio station, she was the first person to interview me as an intern, and then I got hired. So
Wow.
that's my longtime coworker. Yeah, Stitches. I love Stitches. So for a long time, I just focused on radio, and I actually separated a bit from dance. So since early last year, I dove headfirst back into dance. Like I said, it's something that hasn't been able to escape me. So to answer you, and when I dove back into dance, it was that concept video. It was my stamp of like I am still here. I'm still doing it. I haven't lost it. Here I am, guys. And it was such a pleasure to do that. The artist who I did that concept video, the song we used, I actually ended up
Mhm.
meeting that artist. One thing led to another, and I actually met the choreographer of that artist. And it was great to just see that manifestation is real. Like I set my
Nice.
mind to make this vision happen, and I got so much out of it. You know what I'm saying? From there, my dance class grew, and I was able to really solidify and name myself in the current dance community. And I'm growing even now, still. You know, the idea is to
No,
keep growing, and for the goals to
yeah,
get.
yeah, yeah. Absolutely. What are you doing right now in radio?
So I'm doing like I report and produce just regular local services, traffic, weather, thing like that. It changed ever since after the pandemic. I work remote now. Before I was at the radio station, like working the board. That was my main job, is working the board, like what Stitches does. Like I'm behind the board, making sure the mic is on point, making sure the audio is on point. Like I said, I have an audio background, so it helped to, you know what I'm saying. You see the link
Hmm.
there.
Yep,
So
yep,
because I
yep.
had an audio background, it really was an easy transition into the radio studio because I actually understood audio and how it should work, engineering and all that thing. But ever since the pandemic, nobody was allowed in the station. And then we got sent our stuff, and some positions changed, and now I'm just handling, traffic and weather, very low key. You know what I'm saying? But still part of the
Yeah.
radio station. You know what I'm saying? And that's sometimes when we're on our path to making our main dream happen, we still have that 9 to 5. And I'm blessed that that 9 to 5 is still close enough to the industry, someone like Stitches. You know what I'm saying? Like I still
Hmm.
have those contacts and things like that. So.
No, that's cool, and I'm happy you said that. Like, listen, I'm still grinding, but hey, sometimes that 9 to 5 on the side is what you need to
Essential,
pay them bills, right?
essential. Not even like a maybe, not even like a probably. It is a yes and a definitely essential.
And
Some
it
people
doesn't
have to
stop
fund
you.
these ideas. Like when I get the dancers on board, of course, a lot of dancers, because of just the nature of the work, they'll be willing to do it for free or just for the love of it. You see what I'm saying? But even then, and even though I understand that, even though I do that myself, I like, our art is our art, and it's our time, and it's our training, and it's an investment. And so I like to be able to at least handle something or barter something or give my dancers something. You see what I'm saying?
Mhm.
So that 9 to 5 is essential to fund the dream. You got to fund the dream.
Yeah, I love it. And then when you're talking about just the entertainment, the music piece, like you're really this was just another example how really you're into the whole entertainment business. Here I am, radio, I'm acting, I am, performing. So that entertainment is very long years of you doing what it is that you love to do per se.
Right.
Um, that's
Right.
amazing, man. How many years were you at the radio now? How many years have you been there?
I first got on board in 2014. So I'm approaching actually, oh my God,
Just
10
10
years.
years,
Yeah,
yeah.
you actually yeah, you just put it in perspective. Yeah, I'm going on about 10 years that I was able to hop on board
Yeesh.
the station. Yeah.
Was that always a dream job of yours to go work at a radio station?
It wasn't, but I'll tell you what though, like I said, I've always had an amazing relationship with music. I loved hopping from station to radio station in the car when I would ride around with my mom or whatever the case is, or when finally there was like CD players or Walkman or a thing like that or whatever, in order to hear what's the latest song or what's hot or whatever. Um, I would listen to the radio station. And one thing I loved doing was the contest, like calling in to try to win. And
Mhm.
I would win a lot. I would actually win abnormally. Like I would invite a lot of friends to like these concerts and things that I would win and events, and they'd be like, "How do you win? You're always winning." So because I would win, I would go to the radio station and pick up my prize and my tickets and things like that. And ever since then, I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I did get an interest. I was always interested in, wow, like this is an aspect of the industry that's interesting to me.
Yeah.
Not my dream, not my dream job, not my dream career, but definitely interesting. And it
Yeah.
was interesting enough and close enough to my skill set that I actually secured it. And as I said, you got to fund the dream.
Yeah.
So that's where it's at.
Well, because you said this is not your dream job. What is your dream job?
Oh my gosh. I mean, my idea of a dream career is really honestly to be hands in different pots, kind of the way I am now, but more organized and definitely on a larger scale, bigger budget.
Bigger
Basically,
budget. There you go.
yeah,
Doing
bigger
what you
budget,
pretty much
larger
doing what you're
scale,
doing at a
bigger,
bigger budget.
huh?
Doing what you're doing, but with a bigger budget.
Right, with a bigger budget and bigger possibilities. Like honestly, yeah. I love to be able to do it all. I do like that. I do like being able to do it all. So I would be lying to you if I told you I just want to be a choreographer, or I just want to be behind the camera, or I just want to be in front of the camera.
You just want to be an
I
entertainer.
I definitely want to be able to do it all, and not only that, but help the creatives that are coming into the community just now. Like there's always going to be young people that are just now emerging and new
Mhm.
talent and fresh faces, and you know when you can be someone that plays a role in them becoming humongous and things like that, that's just as important. So that's where it's at. That's where I want to be with it. I definitely want to be someone who's revered, someone who can be counted on, and someone whose work is of quality, and someone who is definitely revered. I want to be nominated for Content Creators EXP. That's what I'm saying, and all the other awards.
Be careful what you wish for. There's another year coming up,
Right,
so who knows?
right,
Who knows?
right.
No, that's dope, man. And through this journey, it seems very successful. Seems very happy. Was there anything that you've encountered that may have tried to take you off your path?
Of course, the self doubt, the addictions to distractions that are not good for you,
Mhm.
things like that. There's definitely been speed bumps and roadblocks and stop signs and yield signs and yellow lights along the way. But I think the most important thing, of course, you tell me if I'm wrong, but it is to remind yourself who you are eventually. Like everybody goes through something, but at some point, you have to get up, you have to dust yourself off. You have to remind yourself who you are, and you have to remind yourself of the God-given gifts you have. Everybody has a gift, whether they know it or not, but they have a talent, a skill set, an idea, a voice,
Mhm.
and you just have to remind yourself of that. And while there may be speed bumps and yellow lights and yield signs and stop signs along the way, pick yourself up and keep going. And as I said, it was recent when I reminded myself that I am a force and I do have a voice and I do have a talent and I am good enough and I am going to keep going. Uh, that's actually the reason for rebranding. Up until just this year, a few months ago, I went by a creative alias, Brian Black, and that changed to Big Brian as of like around February or March, and that was with intent. The idea, it was the affirmation behind it. The thing is, I'm 5'5". I don't know if you can tell on camera.
No, no, I can't. I can.
I'm,
Now you told me though. You're a little. You're a little.
I'm talking like I'm 6'2". You see what I'm saying? But that's the point. Uh, as a dancer or just someone in the industry, when you do go to these castings or you submit yourself to these bookings that you hope to get, and you do go to these auditions, some of the time they let you know ahead. A lot of the time they let you know ahead of time. We want men who are like 5'8" and taller. So
Yeah.
a lot of stuff I was just disqualified from the jump. You know what I'm saying? 5'5" is just not going to cut it. Um, Nowadays I know better. I'll still go to the audition, just to show face and to get the experience and to give off that vibe or whatever. Even though I know strongly I will probably not get the job, but with a different mindset. I go in there feeling big, feeling 5'8" and higher. You see what I'm saying? And I try to train and improve my dancing to a point where I'm dancing bigger nowadays and stronger. That's definitely the goal. But I changed my alias to remind me of that. Every time I introduce myself, every time I have to write something with my alias, my entertainment alias, it's just a reminder that, like I said, manifestation is real, and I do have to watch what I say and do because it will come to fruition if I'm so serious about it. And so I had to remind myself, not only am I not little, I'm big. You see what I'm saying? My ideas are big, my creativity's big, my gifts are big. Big
Oh,
Brian.
good. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Big Brian. If you haven't seen his
Big
social
Brian.
media,
I had
big
to add a few
Brian.
extra G's in there. Big Brian.
It all makes sense. I was seeing the name, and I thought to myself, what was the meaning behind it? And you really answered it without me even having to ask. So that's definitely cool. When you say that was some of the moments, especially when you were going to these callings and they wanted 5'8", and maybe you weren't getting the roles, that led you to kind of think, am I even worthy of doing this anymore? Will you say those were some of the
Of
moments
course.
that got to that
Oh,
point?
absolutely. There was totally a moment where I was like, what's the point? They don't want me. It doesn't matter how great of a personality I think I have, how articulate I may be, si puedo hablar español, si je peux parler français. That has nothing to do with anything. If they want that 5'8" and higher, nothing I bring to the table will matter. That was my mindset, right? Nowadays, it's more so along the lines of, yeah, um, people are looking for what they are looking for,
Mhm.
and sometimes you may be able to break the mold. You may be the exception. You could be exceptional, but if you're not what they're looking for, it's okay because someone out there is looking for me,
Yeah.
and people out there do need me. People definitely, they're my skill set, my knowledge, my experiences, even having been in a position where I had to pick myself up and remind myself, hey, keep going. Maybe somebody just needs that, and that alone is enough. So of course I've definitely been in that position where I was like, why? But I then had to just get into the position where I'm like, this is why, because I do have a voice and a gift, and it would be a shame, and it would be honestly a disgrace to not use my talents and gifts that God gave me. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
I
God
love it.
felt
Yeah.
I was important enough and special enough. So what makes
There
me
you
think,
go.
otherwise?
Why would we allow somebody else to tell us any different, right? There you go. I love it. I love it. I love what you're talking about, big Brian. I love it. What do you
Hey,
tell
Ev.
someone?
Ooh, Ev is in the building. What's up, Ev?
Always,
Glad you could
always.
join us.
What do you tell someone that is wanting to get into the music career, or not? I wouldn't even just say the music career. Let's talk about the entertainment industry, but is doubting themselves.
Um, Only you can stop yourself from success. That's what I would say. And
Short and
and
sweet.
and that's about as easy and simple and quick to the point as I can put it, but it is a little
Hmm.
broad. If you want me to go more into detail, then I would say, though those, what am I trying to say? It's kind of along the lines of the cliches. The early bird gets the worm. Closed mouths don't get fed. It's all of those things. Like, if you feel you're not good enough, if you honestly, truly feel you're not good enough, you are not good enough
Yeah.
until you say, I am good enough. I'm going to try today. I'm going to do something new today that I didn't do yesterday. I'm going to uh, try for that audition that I didn't think I was good enough for. I'm going to submit for that interview that I didn't think I would be qualified for. I'm going to reach out to that person that seems intimidating but has the keys to success that I'm looking for. Until you make that plan of action a plan of action and actually, like, a to-do list, like actionable items,
Hmm.
you won't see the greener grass. Like, you won't see the light at the end of the tunnel. You
Yeah.
know, that person that does not feel good enough, if you're listening right now, you are. And it takes you telling yourself that to get to the other side of where you are right now.
Love it. Love it. So I'm also gonna piggyback off of that. How do you pick yourself up when you're down?
Music Like I said, music, it all boils down to music. No matter if I'm sad or whatever the case may be, it usually ends up being music that brings me back to life.
Put
Or
you back in that mood.
yeah, yeah. Like I mean, there was someone who like was very interesting to me, and someone who kind of really had my attention last year, and it ended up not working out. And even in that moment when I was like the most down, right? I was like feeling like, ugh, like not this feeling again, like, not another breakup, whatever the case is. I still found the inspiration behind that. I mean, it ended up being a breakup song I used, but I took that energy and I poured it into choreography. And
Yeah.
that's actually a dance class that I filmed, and you can actually see it on my page. If you scroll down like a little bit enough, you'll see that I actually just picked up the pieces and turned it into art. And that's, I think, what I said in the caption. But music, for me, it's
Love it.
music. For others, it could
Mhm.
be your family. So stay close. If family is important to you, stay close to them and remind yourself that that's your lifeline. For some people, it's another form of art. For some people, it's traveling. For some people, it's earthing. Like, sometimes something as simple and as easy as taking your shoes off and putting your toes in the sand at the beach and looking up at the sky and just reminding yourself that this too shall pass.
Mhm.
That could be literally it. That could literally just be the trigger or the catapult to, okay, I'm back on the road to happiness. Happiness is
Yeah.
attainable. Happiness is not that hard. Actually, happiness is very attainable. You just gotta uh
Dig deep. Dig deep.
yeah, you just gotta manifest it. That's literally the,
Mhm.
the theme I keep telling you. We are what we speak. You
I
know?
agree. 100%. I totally agree. That's why you got to be careful how you speak to yourself, as you mentioned earlier. Um, do you think that's why you enjoy giving back now and wanting to work with those that are now getting into industry because you've had the experience? You want to make sure people don't go down those same steps, same routes in life?
I would say yeah, although I don't know if I've thought about it like that for myself. But yeah, I mean that makes sense. Yeah, I would say you hit the nail on the head because
And then you like to be in
yeah, I think
charge because you want people to know, like, listen, I know what I'm talking about. I've been here. I've been
yeah,
that
yeah,
person, been
it
there,
is
done that.
definitely some of that. It is definitely some of that. But moreover, it's the feeling of like satisfaction of like I helped my homegirl get booked for that show, or I helped my guy, get that, you know, that commercial, or just wow, my friend or my creative peer has a great resume now, or a great new set of headshots because I told them they were good enough. I convinced them that they should do it. I connected them with the photographer that took the pictures. I myself took the pictures.
Mhm.
I helped them with any of that. All of that is very satisfying. It's just like, yes. The thing is, there's a lot of money out here. There's a lot of opportunities. Like, there's no reason for like the crabs in the barrel mentality because there
Mhm.
is enough. Like, contrary to popular belief, we can all win. Okay? And then you actually find out that you win even quicker when you help others win.
Absolutely.
It's all
Mhm.
about community. I think Ev and the team understand that, and that's the whole reason for Content Creators EXP and things like
Mhm.
this, like events like this that are unifying and bring separate individual ideas together into a collaborative idea and a collaborative space. And honestly, um, the community is what it's about. There's so many different subsets of communities, and it's really magical when you can combine that community or be a voice that is looked up at in the community and make it make sense. Be something important, like you know what I mean. So
I
yeah,
love
it's
it.
about that. It's definitely gratifying. It feels
It
good to
is.
help others win.
It
So
is.
I
It
have
is
no
because
problem with others with their headshot resume, looking for castings. If you want to start acting, start dancing, I am happy to help you get going.
I love it. What was a moment in your career that you could even like that was just so shocking to you that you could even believe you were in it?
I would say so several years back I booked a position as a dancer on the music video, a music video for The Dream. And The Dream is revered as a songwriter and as a producer. I mean, he's someone who wrote Umbrella for Rihanna. He wrote Single Ladies for Beyonce. You know, hits for people like Usher, and has even worked alongside people like Britney. And these are all just iconic names that I look up to like
Absolutely.
a lot. And so being in a mansion in Boca Raton on set for a music video for this man, whoa, like that, I was just like, I cannot believe this. Like, I'm literally getting paid to hang out in a mansion with one of my most favorite artists ever. That was huge. That was humongous for me. That was really big. The Trina moment was really big too, but um yeah, that was
Beautiful.
humongous. That was The Dream is one of my biggest inspirations, like hugest. I love The Dream. So I actually am in a music video with The Dream. Like, you
Yeah, yeah, that
pause
is dope.
the video and see me right there. Like, it's
I'm
dope.
gonna,
It's
I'm gonna
dope.
have to go back and look for it. To respect your time, we are 3 minutes away from the hour, so I do want to ask that last question. What is your know your worth moment that allowed you to know that entertainment is what you would do for life?
I would definitely say probably it's not one moment. It's every single moment after delivering a piece, whether that's posting something creative online and then receiving those comments or just that feedback in the DMs, even it's sometimes private, and some people just never know. I'll get a
Yeah,
message like, "Hey, I like this. I didn't like this." Da da da. Those claps at the end of the performance, those screams. And sometimes it's just your friends or your close ones, your really, really close ones who don't even have anything to do with entertainment saying, I see you and keep going. You're doing great. You are doing the dang thing. That's that's my know my worth moment. That's when I know, hey, you know, I'm somebody and I have something to say.
and you're
Definitely.
living your purpose.
All of those times, every single one of those moments, just all of those little reassurances.
Big Brian, I love it. I thank you so much for your time, man. I can't wait to see the performance that you guys are putting together over there.
Yes. Thank
It
you.
will be June the 28th. You're performing at the award show, is that correct? I know there's a couple
Yeah,
of
so myself and Unique Stars Nova Crew will be hitting the stage June 28th. So get your tickets and be in the building. You're going to see a performance that is going to be super dope, very Miami, super hype, and we need your energy to make it happen. If we perform for an empty crowd, I mean, that's not how it works. You got to be there. So get your
yeah,
ticket and
facts,
it's
facts.
going to be worth it, I promise.
Guys, Content Creators EXP is hosting their second annual Spotlight Award. You want to be in the building. There's going to be fashion shows, performances. We're giving out awards. I mean, just so many creators in one building. The energy is going to be phenomenal. And you can get your tickets at contentcreatorsexp.com. Remembering that there's actually multiple events happening leading to the 28th. So the 24th, 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th, different events that you can actually be a part of. And then obviously the 28th is going to be that Spotlight Award. But any event that you actually decide to go to is going to be phenomenal. There's going to be creatives at every single one of them. Maybe those that you can collab with, learn from, pour into. You just don't know. You can actually go also visit our social media page at Content Creators EXP to look at what is going on and some of the nominees and people like Brian is going to be there. Figure out from where. Not everyone's actually from Miami. You got people from Orlando coming down. People, I think someone was from I can't remember where she's from. Colorado, I think she's coming from Colorado, Norway. So there's people coming from all different places, man. You want to be in it. And also just knowing that you can be a part of something that's going to be so big. Right now it's in Miami, but we're going to speak it into existence. You said it earlier, Big Brian. Let's speak life onto
Affirmation.
this. Yeah. We got to make sure that Big Brian gets to the level where he's traveling with, the Content Creator experience, and they're calling him back. Maybe making him a nominee or performing at a bigger show. So, guys, you want to go ahead and get your tickets. Also, knowing that you can actually be given back to the community of Miami, because if you buy your tickets, a portion of that is actually going back to filling empty wombs, as well as I always forget this one. It is the the youngdreamsco.org, where you can actually help adopt a class for this next school year. So phenomenal. Thank you so much, Big
It's
Brian.
fire. I
It's
love that.
been yeah,
Thank
man.
you.
It's gonna
Thank
be a
you,
dope
everybody.
show.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you for your time. I know your time is precious. You out here supposed to be learning a dance routine, and you're here with me. So I thank you. You know what I mean?
All right. Exactly. Exactly.
Guys, this has been Know Your Worth TV, episode 40. So thank you, Big Brian, for being part of the episode 40. This will be a forever moment for me. Guys, make sure to watch other interviews. Make sure that you also go ahead and subscribe to be a part of this channel. And we'll see you June 20th.